Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, I'm playing the Tier 10 Imperial Japanese Navy destroyer Shimakaze. Matchmaking's pretty good. There's no CV, and really not much in the way of threat of radar, which is huge. So in this game, I should be expected to take full advantage of my detection advantage, and we'll see how it turns out. Really, the only things that can outspot me are the two submarines, Palau and U-2501. That's a lot of torpedoes. There are essentially half of each team are destroyers or submarines. Now, I'm not crazy about that. I think that's terrible. I would like to see submarines counted in the destroyer count. So if you're going to say a maximum of, say, 4 destroyers in a game, maybe you have 3 destroyers and a sub, or 2 subs and 2 destroyers, but to see 6 ships on each team, either destroyer or submarines, to me that's just too much. But anyhow, we'll see how this game unfolds. I have to say this was a very fun game, and in fact ended up being the highest base XP game I think I've ever played. 3,224 base XP. Now, I generally try to help at caps, and even though I spawned kind of center, I decided I'd come this way. I could see the Harugumo was heading outside. I didn't understand that move. I don't understand that move. I will probably never understand that move. But, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. The player decided to go outside, so I came this way. I do have a sub here with me. He can potentially push a little ways into the cap, come to the surface. It doesn't look like he plans to come to the surface, at least not yet. Red Bourgogne has already taken a lot of damage. Now I know that there's a destroyer or something. I'm presuming it's a destroyer because it had to have the speed to get hit fast. Now I'm just throwing torpedoes through this gap. It's possible I land something on the Montana, but it's also possible that I catch the destroyer that's in that corner of the cap there. You can see I've got my AA turned off. And I think a lot of players, and I did catch the DD that's there, with 2 torpedoes. I guess it's possible there are 2 DDs there, but that seems unlikely. So that destroyer is probably in big trouble. Now, if I cut a Holland here, he's got a heal. So I don't want to just, run straight at him. He can get a couple thousand HP back. But 20,000 damage on a destroyer, that's pretty significant. You can see our Belisle there in the center of the map is facing off with the enemy U-2501. Their Harugumo takes out our GK. And it was Holland. You can see he's made good use of his heal. I don't think I'm going to have much help here, but at this range, guns on this ship are pretty good. One more volley, I might be able to finish him. Oh, yep, I'm going to get the chance. He's just kind of derped into the island, and that's that for him. Now, I did take some damage, and I'm still taking some damage. But the Holland is gone. So both teams down a ship. Yeah, Conqueror is going to accelerate away from my torpedoes. I debated about not smoking here, but if I got spotted, you know, if there was another destroyer or something came in this way that detected me, the Conqueror would finish me with those guns. Now, I don't want to sit here. Conqueror can't shoot me, but maybe I catch the Montana here. Now, it looks like I'm targeting the Borgonia, but those torpedoes that I just tossed out there, I'm really hoping to catch the Montana with those. And myself and the Blau, we do manage to secure the Delta Cap, and I think it's time for me to fall back. I don't want to get detected by Montana when he comes around the island. It turns out it didn't matter. Alright, so the good guys down one ship, bad guys down two. Where's the Conqueror going to go? I've still got a minute till my torpedoes come back up. That's quite a long time, but I don't think I want to run north. I try and stay a little closer to things. Now their Blau seems like he's headed this way. It's hard to tell. I don't have him targeted. Not their Blau, their U-2501. And I'm guessing here that the Conqueror is probably going to turn south, which seems a little counterintuitive because he's got our incomparable up there. But I think he plans to make use of the island. It kind of looks like that's what he's doing. Our Blau finishes off the U-2501, and that opens the door for me to move this way. I can move center now. You can see our Harugumo out there. So we lose Marceau, Des Moines, and Blau, and the bad guys lose the Borgonia and the Blau. Avoid some torpedoes there. So both teams now down 5 ships. Threw out a couple torpedoes for the Harugumo in the hope that he might run into them. Kind of a long shot. You can see I'm not the only one kind of wondering what the heck the Harugumo is doing. The Montana down there is saying, hey man, Now Marceau is very fast, and I do not want to get caught by Marceau. He's sitting just under 20,000 HP. I've got 8,700. I'm going to have to make use of my smoke if he keeps getting closer. Really don't want to do that. And fortunately for me, he turns away, which allows me to get out of the shot and smoke. Not one shell landed. How about that? And it's not, I mean, it wasn't a great aim, but aimed more or less the same place I just did there, but not one shell hit. It was terrible. Well, I got his steering, but not his engine. That's what I was going for. Do manage to land a shell on the Conqueror, or the torpedo on the Conqueror, and you can see he's flooding, and that's going to do it for him. Now I'm going to need to be careful here of Marceau torpedoes. I think I aimed a little too high there. And make no mistake, it's tough to put shells on Marceau when he's maneuvering, because it is so fast. Okay, so I lose the Montana. And that means I need to get the heck out of Dodge. I'm going to throw these behind me just in an effort to slow the Marceau down a little bit. I'm going to hope he didn't run straight at me. Nope, he turned around. Thank goodness. Just one volley to distract. We'll see how effective that is. Now look at that, I can manage four hits when he's running away, but when he was maneuvering. Anyway. So I've got incomparable up here, maybe for another 10 seconds. He's gone. So I'm the only thing on this half of the map. So I'm going to make it my job to try and keep them out of the Bravo cap. Now it's going to be a real tough thing to do. They've got Marceau, Havarovsk, Kremlin, Napoli against me. I threw those out there just in case I can catch the Napoli coming around the island. You can see his last known position on the mini-map there. Yeah, so maybe. And now I just have to run. If the Hava catches me and detects me, it won't just be his 8 guns that are firing at me. It'll be the Napoli as well. So I've hit the speed boost, and I'm just trying to create some distance. And Napoli is turning toward the cap, so my torpedoes are for naught. But I've got 2 more sets of torpedoes coming up, and I'm hoping I can catch the Cabo with those. Just checking my line to the island. I don't want to nose into it. I'm going to have to turn to throw the torpedoes, but then I'll turn right back and get behind this island. You can see on the minimap how close I am to getting detected. It's going to be a near thing, but I think I can do it. I can get around this island here. And that's going to do it for Kaba. He's gone. Both teams now down to 5 ships. The bad guys actually have a lead, but we've just secured another cap. Our Balau is up there facing off against a Yamato and a Marceau. Anybody's guess how that'll turn out. Napoli seems to be headed more south than west, so I'm going to turn this way and see what I can do to help. Now that Napoli player, he's played a pretty darn good game. He's already got 2 ships sunk. And he knows I'm here and probably doesn't want to eat a pace full of torpedoes. So he's just, you can see where the indicator is. He's making, I think, full speed south. And there's really no way for me to get torpedoes on him as long as he's heading south like that. Our Montana finishes off their Marceau. It's now 5 ships to 4. They did manage to secure the Bravo cap. So what can I do here? Well, the Harugamos kill each other. Some torpedoes there just in case Napoli turns this back this way. And I'm going to try and finish off this Kremlin. Looks like Napoli's going to probably just outrun my torpedoes. He'll probably get south of them. We'll see. Yeah, he's turning south. Kremlin's barely inching forward, but I know he's going to be playing with the throttle. He knows I'm out here too. So I'm going to throw the torpedoes a little ahead of the indicator and hope that I can catch him. I've got smoke if I need to smoke up if he happens to turn this way. I don't think he will. I want to be right here by the cap so I can get into the cap immediately if I do sink it. And if I smoke, I think in 32 seconds, I'll have more torpedoes back up. So if he did turn right toward me, I'd probably be okay. This is going to be a near thing with the torpedoes. He leaves the cap, I enter the cap, land one torpedo, and I think that's probably going to do it for Kremlin. See, I aimed high enough to get into the superstructure and finish him off, and that's kill number 4. Let's see if I can secure this cap now. And the Napoli, he's, he sees the writing on the wall. This game's over. It's just him and 4 of us. So he's going to do what he can versus the Kremlin down there, but there's no way he survives this. All in all, a pretty fun game. I mean, Shimakaze is, generally speaking, kind of all about attacks from stealth using your torpedoes. I was able to land 10 torpedoes, which is really nice. 5 floods on that. 11 decaps, 32 shells on target, started a fire, 4 kills, 1 solo cap, maybe 2 here if I get this one, and an incapacitation. Very fun game. This is a really fun ship, definitely one of my favorites. Really appreciate you joining me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.